Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. I am Kesha P, and I thank you for joining us here today. I am I am presenting on Control AI Create, where I teach you how to utilize your AI writing tools to maximize your output for small business success. Before we move forward, I want to take a moment to talk about who this presentation is really for. This presentation is for individuals who struggle to write an effective prompt. This presentation is for individuals who have an issue with mastering the AI writing field, such as emails, blogs, reports, presentations. It is my hope that by the end of this presentation that you feel more confident in your AI writing prompts. In the chat, I am always watching the chat. So in the chat, talk to me. Let me know what type of content do you most often need help with? What type of content do you write? Do you need help with in your business? Is it blogs? Um, is it writing reports? Is it creating marketing strategies? What is it that you're struggling with right now that you wish, like, okay, if I can just master this one thing, it can get me over to the next level? Tell me what you think in the comments. To achieve the best AI generated content, you must master the art of prompting. There are six key components to crafting an effective AI prompt. That's AI persona, tone of voice, writing style, audience persona, prompting, and human insight. By understanding and implementing these concepts, you can ensure AI generated content is precise, engaging, and it also aligns with your goals. Think of the AI persona as a character or role your AI embodies in its communication. This is essential because it sets the context and influences the language perspective used. For example, if you're writing a business proposal, assigning the AI the role of a business analyst ensures the output is strategic and data driven. You can find inspiration for AI personas by researching job titles and job descriptions on employment websites. I personally would go on Indeed. I would type in marketing strategist, or I would type in um, a brief description of the role, such as a technical writer. You may look at someone who writes employment books, right? I would literally utilize their search field and allow it to, because their search not only searches for the job titles, like their search also looks through their descriptions, and it also looks through their their descriptions, the title, the bullet points, the keywords they have on the back end. So sometimes if you don't quite know what to call it, describe it, and it will help you. Next, your tone of voice dictates how the message feels to the reader. Whether professional, authoritative, or optimistic, the right tone ensures alignment with your brand's personality. Maintaining consistency in tone across all communication channels enhances brand identity and audience trust. A style guide can be a valuable tool in achieving this. Here's a practical tip: start small. One type of communication, like a blog, a thank you, an email, and experiment with tone infused language, meaning test it with your audience. Learn what sparks the right connections and use that feedback as a guide to go further. So if you notice that today you post a funny meme and you receive like two likes, maybe three comments, and then tomorrow you post an inspirational meme and you receive 8 likes, or I'm using a low number, but let's say you receive 20 likes, right? 30 likes maybe from that post. And then I would suggest that your audience, the people that you've cultivated as your audience, prefer inspirational tone. So I would, play around with it, and not in do not tie yourself to one tone of voice. Each piece of content can have its own tone of voice because it can resonate differently with your audience. So just keep that in mind. Writing style determines how structured and formal your content appears. A persuasive style is ideal for marketing copy, whereas analytical style suits reports. Matching your writing style to your audience preferences enhances engagement and readability. So, if your audience, if you have a lot of information, let's say um, you want to give your audience, today is an educational day. So let's say we want to give the audience packed with information. I wouldn't necessarily put it in a paragraph form. Make sure that it's easy to read for your audience and for the platform that you're on. So if that means adding bullet points, add bullet points. If that means throwing in maybe a cartoon style meme and have the meme with the chat bubble, do that. Do what you need to do in order to get the message across, and understand that sometimes, and I had to learn this, because I'm okay with just reading something and keeping it moving. But I notice that sometimes my audience react more when I have a visual aid there. So just keep in mind, um, there's not one wrong or right way to do it, and test it out. Do what's best for your audience. And here we are at the audience persona. Understanding your audience persona ensures your content is relevant and compelling. A nonprofit may write differently for donors versus corporate sponsors. Researching your audience's preferences, challenges, motivations help you create impactful content that resonates with them. So, my question to you is, who is your audience? I know we've been talking a lot about the audience persona in the past couple of slides, but who is your audience? Who does your content resonate with? And if you are not sure how to even embark on this, look at the past like year. Those of us with professional profiles, pull up the data from the past year. Your data, your analytics, like in your Facebook, even I do Facebook and LinkedIn, it'll tell you, you reach an audience of 25 to 50. It'll tell you the average mean income of this to this. They're in this region. Like it'll break the data points down for you. You just have to know where to look for it, and then you can also take that information from there and kind of hone it down just a little bit more. So and I know I did this in the beginning, although we think lifestyle choices are not important, they are. I was just speaking to a potential client the other day, and I was listening to the program that they have to offer, and it was such a great program, but their goal is to reach low income families. And I'm listening to this person, without telling too much information, I'm listening to this person break down this amazing program. But when you have someone on a fixed income, let's say 2,500 to $3,000 a month, I'm not 100% sure that they're willing to give you $1,000 a month. That your price, so that's why it's very important to look at your audience, because lifestyle choices, right? You and based on the program that they have, you don't want anyone with reckless spending. His program is literally designed for the person who is ready to step to the next level, but maybe your audience isn't there yet. So maybe create a tier point for someone who is on a fixed income, and that way you can kind of tier them up, right? So just keep that in mind for your audience persona, because I know in the beginning of me introducing LuvenSmilez, I was like, I'm money hungry. Not money hungry as in greed, but I want to get my business going. I want my business to be sustainable. I want my business to start making money. But the reality of it is, you can't take on any and every client. And I had to learn that the very hard way. So if I can impart with you one thing. Maybe start with your audience persona, because every other piece around your business will focus around your audience persona. Now, how does the AI know what to do, right? So a well-structured prompt is the key to getting high-quality AI-generated content. The more detailed and specific your instructions, the better the AI understands the task. Don't hesitate to include examples, formatting preferences, or specific keywords to guide the AI's response effectively. So, have you ever had an issue, or have you ever struggled with writing an effective prompt, with receiving the output that you were expecting? In the beginning of me using AI, um, the chat would repeat to me, and I was frustrated. I'm like, what is happening here? But the reality of it, I wasn't giving the AI enough information in order to receive the results that I desire. I wanted specific results, and I really thought it would go a specific way. It did not. So I found I had to give the AI more information. And this this example is key, right? Whereas before I would write a mission and vision statement, and obviously underneath you'll provide all of your information, but that's just a general statement, opposed to craft a clear and inspiring mission and vision statement that reflects our nonprofit's core values and long-term goals. Emphasize our commitment to addressing specific community needs and the positive change we aim to achieve. You literally gave the AI a roadmap. You told it exactly what you wanted it to do, the direction you wanted the content piece to be given back to you. And do not be afraid to put more information, include detailed context for better outputs, and I guarantee you it'll be better outputs. Last but definitely not least is the human insight. So this is your touch, right? While AI is a powerful tool, it should complement, not replace, the human expertise. Incorporating personal insights, industry trends, and real world examples make AI generated content more engaging and credible. Use your knowledge and experience to refine AI outputs for the best results. How do you currently incorporate personal insights in your content creation? Do you give your AI prompt enough information to say, okay, this is how Kesha would write this, right? So there are times when I would give the AI a prompt, I would do the prompts, but I would also, and I'm a bullet point person. I would also give it a list of bullet points. These are the facts. This is my research findings. Incorporate my research findings. And under each bullet point, I would sometimes put a little note. Incorporate research findings in such and such section. Incorporate this and be as specific as possible. The more you use your own words, the more authentic your outputs will be. Just keep that in mind. Now, let's apply the 6 components to your small business copy, right? Practice. I cannot say this enough. Practice, practice, practice. So practicing, uh, I'm not going to say makes perfect, because I believe that life is a journey and we are consistently learning, but practice, practice, practice. So, we're going to go into the AI, and I am going to pull up a different screen, and we're going to utilize this prompt. So let me pull this screen up. Here we go. So I've already added this information into my AI writer, my AI writing assistant. I utilize Jasper. Do not fret if you use ChatGPT or a different one. That is perfectly okay, because each writing assistant have their own pros and cons. Use the one that best suits you. You don't have to necessarily utilize the one that I use, or someone else used. You find the one that best suits your needs and for your best understanding of it. So here's my AI persona, experienced content repurposing strategist with expertise in multi-platform content transformations and business development. So what we're about to do is take a blog, one of my older blog articles, and I've already copied the information from the blog over here. And we want the AI to repurpose the blog article. We want to brainstorm 10 to 15 ideas. For each idea, provide an overall theme or topic, a brief summary, and 5 keywords. Excuse me. Tone of voice. Professional yet approachable, enthusiastic about content maximization opportunities. And then the writing style is technical but accessible with clear step-by-step instructions, bulleted lists for easy scanning, and practical implementation of tips. So, and then my audience is, I just put content creators, thought leaders, and small business owners who have created valuable long form content and want to maximize its reach across multiple platforms with limited time resources. So that's a key. Many of us have already written something. We've already had speeches. We've already have content out into this world. And we just want to know how to repurpose it, right? We just want to put this information in the system and just repurpose it. So here's the thing, guys. Most AI writing assistants allows up to 8,000 words. So understand that. Here we go. Understand that you have room to add. Look how much I just copied. To add as much information as you need to add and provide the AI writing tool with everything that you want it to know. So that includes your research. That includes your additional information. That includes your task and identifying. That includes all of that. So let's take a look at our response. I'm going to put this in a little bit. And here we go. So blog post ideas, the theme, the power of storytelling. Brief summary, it gave us our keywords. Let's get down to the bottom here and see. There it is. Looking for that. There we go. Okay, so where's the output? Continue brainstorming the remaining ideas. I'm not sure why it stopped, but let's see what it has for us. So every so often, right? We have to go back. So it's giving me one idea at a time, although I asked for, oh, there we are. I wonder why it's not giving it to me in a list. Typically, it gives it to me in a list. So this way, it's giving me 10 additional ideas. If it does that, do not freak out. Sometimes, as you can see in real time, AI does what it wants to do. It does, and it's okay. That's perfectly okay, right? So, let me pull back. So let's go back over. How do I get to the side? Let's go side to side. Let's X out of that for just a little bit. Let's refresh the page. Why the bar isn't on here? Okay, so, and it made everything small. Okay, so how about we do this? I do want to see what they had though. There we go. Now we can see it a little bit better. A little bit, not quite. So Let's pull up the next brief. Let's enlarge just a little bit. So this one is mastering clarity and consciousness in entrepreneurial writing, persuasive writing techniques every entrepreneur needs to master. The side-by-side thing is really interesting to me. So let's just open a new project and then we're going to tell it something different. So we're going to paste our command and then we're going to go, I put bulleted list. Wait a second. Where's the rest of, did I copy it all? So let's start there. Hold on, guys. Let me grab from the Word document I have. I don't think I grabbed it all. And maybe that's where the issue lies. And it could, and mistakes happen. And you just go from there. You clarify your error and go from there. So now I need to clear this up. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Let's take it back to the pointer, X this out, enhance the prompt. Oh, okay, so let's X out of that. Let's go back to our untitled project. There we are. All right, so now let's paste it. This time with the full. Oh, wait a minute. So it's cutting off our top two. So let's, oh, it did not do that. It just wouldn't let us scroll up. Okay. Let's get back on focus here. All right, so I wanted to alter our prompt though. Let's do this. Give me a text. Paste. I want to say something along the lines of create one list. Create, brainstorm a topic ideals list. Okay, so now let's see if it'll provide us what we want. There we are. I don't think I'm all the way down though. No. But let's go with that information. Let's start there. And let's put it in the chat. Uh-oh, why do I keep pressing that? There we go. Press send. There we go. And you see how adding a listicle changed the way I receive the results? Sometimes it'll do it without it, sometimes it won't. However, I'm so glad we had this in real time. Do not freak out. Just take a moment, pause, and then go back and look at it. So two things that I do with this information once I receive it, right? So repurpose your blog on effective writing techniques. You can transform it into an ebook, develop a webinar, a workshop, slice it into a social media content series. I love doing this part. So let's say, for instance, oh, a podcast episode. That's actually not bad. So whatever your choices are, right? Whatever you decide to do with the information. Let's say, for instance, we pull out the social media, right? I'll pull all this information out. I'll have it in front of me. I use my iPad, GoodNotes, but you can use a piece of paper, a journal, whatever you utilize to brainstorm, your Word document. And what I would do is I would put some sections in here, right? So I would also add the audience takeaway. What are the 5 key things that you want the audience to take away from this information? I would also include my perception of the event. Like you hit the who, what, and I know it sounds elementary, but actually, do the who, what, when, where, why, and how, right? So actually say why this is important, who is it important for, and in your words, right? And then I would also include any research, maybe research on the topic. Um, I love psychology today. Research on the topic. Include your include your research in that information. And then utilizing your 6 component prompt, put that information into and have it create you a series. Um, and it's going to take some brainstorming. I spent a lot of time brainstorming. But here's the thing. Let me back up a bit. Brainstorming does not necessarily mean sit at a desk for 30 hours brainstorming. It could mean keeping your notebook in your purse. And while you're at the doctor's office and a young lady walks in with her beautiful bouncing baby boy, and it takes you to a moment, you know how your thoughts trail, or my thoughts trail, I should say. And it'll take you to the moment where you think about when my daughter was little, and I'm like, oh, I remember that. And I was like, oh my God, there was never a guide that I felt resonated with me. What would a guide look like? A parenting guide? Hmm. Because not a lot of people in my world adopted. So what would that look like? The journey. How would it go? That's an entire book right there. So now I have the first makings of a book, and then I'm sitting. So now that birth, it birthed in the doctor's office. Later on that day, I'm grocery shopping. And one of the things that I did was I would overbuy. I would overbuy, completely overbuy to the point where I had to give away, and give away like how don't feel bad or the emotional part of it. So now I'm jotting things down. So this just understand that brainstorming doesn't have to be one particular session as you're sitting down. Just make sure that you keep consistent notes to where that's why I like my good notes, because then I can have everything separate and I don't have to carry 7 different notebooks in my bag. So let's head back to the slide. Excuse me. So here's our key takeaways, right? Let's quickly recap. The 6 components work together as a cohesive framework to create high quality tailored content that drives real impact. AI is a powerful assistant, but the best results come from thoughtful prompting and human refinement. Let me repeat. The best results come from thoughtful prompting and human refinement. You have to do their editing. You have to do, there is a buy-in to this. Um, you have to do your role, your part in it, right? AI is not going to edit itself. AI is not going to know exactly how it is, but and then don't discount your personal experience, right? So I know a lot of people utilize the popular like Grammarly. A lot of people utilize it for business and personal. I personally do not, because I feel like it changes the tone. So just be mindful that your expertise is necessary, your prompting is necessary, right? So to follow me for upcoming events, this is how you get in contact with me. On the screen, there are 2 QR codes you can scan. You can scan to contact me directly, or you can scan to follow up and, schedule, attend one of the Eventbrites that are coming up. So I thank you all for being here today. If you have any questions, now is the perfect time to ask. You can always send me an email for those of you who are watching the replay. You can send me an email and indicate what questions you may have, and you can reach me at Kesha P at LuvenSmilez PBC.us, or you can reach out to me on one of the social channels as well.